The out of bounds penalty was probably nowhere near as bad as it might have seemed. We'd already it was more the tack before that got us on the back foot. Um, the out of bounds we probably went out by a couple of metres. Team New Zealand were already on the inside tacking onto ley line, and so I think the penalty in itself was pretty insignificant compared to the manoeuvre before. Well, you wouldn't expect anything different in the Challenger playoff, the final, where, you know, both teams are trying to go up against the defender, so it is high quality, and as you said, one mistake is the difference in these races. We were very happy with our starting. It's really nice to be, that team ahead around Mark 1. It gives you control for the majority of the race, and obviously a little bit disappointing to throw two of them away, but gives us a lot of confidence for tomorrow, starting so well. Yeah, when the racing is that tight, like particularly in the second two races, your decision making and your execution is critical. You saw us having to cover Team New Zealand heavily on those upwinds, and you tack one length early or one length late, and it lets them through. And we've been on the good end of those a few times where people have tried to cover us, and we've had an opportunity to get either side. And today we were not letting them have a single inch, and that's why we won that's why we won the middle race.
Okay.
Yeah, it's obviously quite disappointing to go overboard. These boats, we turn them incredibly quick in the tacks. I think our bottom speed in that tack was somewhere around 22 knots of boat speed, and the G-forces when we straighten the wheel are up there. And Goobs, who wing trimmer, found that we're on angle, and he just quickly straightens the wheel, and he just straightened it at the moment when I didn't have a foot on the platform, and then all of a sudden, the boat's going one way and you're still going the other way, and it's very difficult to stay on. So, in an effort to try and get the riding moment up as quick as possible, keep the boat going quick, we're sprinting across there, and I think it's not the last time someone's going to come off, and it's just really disappointing to lose a point because of that. We've discussed several plan Bs, for if someone comes off, who would do what and who goes into what position. But the hard thing is honestly, none of the other guys have really had much time driving the boat, and so it's really difficult for any of them to really, step it up and take it on. And whether you lose a driver or a wing trimmer, it really does sort of change the way the boat sails. And so I'm sure you'll probably see us out there tomorrow just having a bit more of a go at other people, in certain roles. But we have all these different scenarios, but when the skipper falls off the boat, it is pretty hard to get to the finishing line.